a great pleasure for me to be present here for this mega event. We are thankful to our chief guest, Dr. Saurabh Bhagatji, who's a family now. As he said, I have attended almost around 17 functions in this university, very important ones, and I think a very appropriate person to be here today, and his speech was so relevant because he's our Commissioner Secretary for Skill Development and also Science and Technology. So I'm sure that by his presence will be benefited by it. We are already, he already apprised us of the various schemes and about the skill center which is at Baramulla. Definitely will be connected and try to see that how our students can encash the facility over there. These types of events are very close to my heart because some type of way where we can show to our youth, and what is also the main objective of our new education policy 2020, which already the University of Kashmir was one of the first university to implement in all our affiliated colleges. So that way also a very important one. And for the information of the audience again, some type of courses we do have in our lifelong learning department, where we give the skill and vocational types of courses. We also have our skill development and capacity development center, and we have recently our university has been registered for Indian Institute of Sustainability Kashmir. So it is the registration with Government of India, and we also have Innovative Incubation Center. We have New Gen Center. So lots of programs are being organized. Particularly this type of programs are being organized, and I'm sure we are moving towards the path. We are moving towards the roadmap. What we want to achieve, that is the main reason: innovation, incubation, startups for our youth. And I'm sure by these types of programs we are going to achieve the main objective. And we can see the type of leadership role our country is playing. G20 was one of the example, the presidency which we had for our country, G20, and how successful it was, G20 presidency. And there are lots of learnings which we have from this G20 presidency of our country for our youth. When I talk of youth, and if I refer to the youth of UT of Jammu and Kashmir, very brilliant mind, very scientific mind, no doubt about it. That we all know, we can see from the experience what our youth is doing in UT scientifically. Very good researchers, lots of them very well placed all over the country, well placed all over the world. So no doubt about it. Only thing is needed is they need a platform, they need a training, they need awareness, they need opportunities. And for that, I think lots of programs, what Dr. Saurabh Bhagatji was saying, there are lots of schemes for youth, and we'll try to be connected with Department of Science and Technology. If we need, we can have a presentation from any of the member of Department of Science and Technology in our university. So at least whatever can be encashed from our own Department of Science and Technology at UT level, we are aware it, and our students can encash that. And I'm sure the recommendations which come from this 2-day program will be very, very beneficial and very concrete ones that can be beneficial not only to the UT government but also to our own university, to the University of Central University, so that some key points on which we can work. With these words, congratulations to the organizers of this program, and all the best to all the young investigators who have who are participating in this, whether it's in the poster form, whether it's in the presentation form, whether in the panel discussion form. And I must say that we have to encourage these types of activities, so that it's a learning experience from our participants from all over the country to showcase, and again vice versa, take their experience which is helpful to us, take their expertise which is helpful to us, so that the real objective is realized, whether it's innovation, incubation or startup. Thank you very much.
University has become very vibrant, and the kind of myriad and themes of subjects on which the university is collaborating with various departments in the government is quite commendable. Whether it is talking about topics like breast cancer research or drug abuse, or for that matter research, pioneering research in various areas, or an event like this, or recently an event on startups and scientific innovation startups. I think it's across the board, various kinds of areas which are being picked up, and I think such events, they become the catalyst for a startup of various good activities, whether it comes to research, publication, or even the connect between the industry and the university, which is the basic objective of all such events. As Vardi, Dean Academic Affairs, spoke about the huge ambition on which India is sitting today. Today, when we launched the Chandrayaan, Honorable Prime Minister said that this Chandrayaan is not only for India, it is for all the South American and African countries. We are trying to give a leadership to the global South. We are third in the world in creating startups. We are third in the world in creating unicorns. We are almost the world's pharmaceutical giant. Now even in defense sector, we are doing very well. So in all those areas, wherever we have reached is only because of the scientific community sitting on the opposite side. And I think the mentoring of the young investigator by senior faculty and senior members can only happen when such events are organized, where churning of minds happen, and there is a transfer of knowledge from the last generation to the new generation. It is also very important, as Vardi Vice Chancellor and Registrars have mentioned, that the incentive mechanism or the benefit or the various schemes for the young investigators should be improved. We should not only cover larger number, but we should also try to cover the more deserving type of candidates. And I totally support the cause of the university, that we should have more researches beyond the UGC and the normal mechanism to cover more students so that they can get support. We have a lot of schemes of the government, like I represent the Science and Technology Department. A lot of sponsored research schemes are there. DST Government of India also has, but I think there is still surely a lack of awareness, and a lot of students don't know about it. There are a lot of you can say targets given by Government of India, where skilling of and making the students industry ready is a very big priority of the government. My second department, where I represent the skill department, an ambitious target of skilling almost 50 crore odd people in the country has been taken up for a decade by the government. But all those skilling, all those things can only happen when the connect between industry, between the recruiting agencies, as also the university professors. This kind of a system, ecosystem is generated. So I think today's event is specifically designed for generating that kind of ecosystem. I'm told that the previous events happened in Bombay, Calcutta and other metropolitan cities. So Kashmir Valley is very proud to host such a wonderful event. And I think whatever support from the government side can be provided, definitely we will provide. Madam Vice Chancellor is also a member of a committee where we are looking at making universities future ready. So there is a concept of metaverse, to create a metaverse of a university, maybe a student sitting in Kashmir Valley can actually access a course in Harvard or maybe some other wonderful university of the world. This kind of concepts are being worked upon, and I think this speaks a lot that we are looking towards the future. I would also offer Science and Technology Council to see if we can work into, we already give the Young Innovators Award. If we can add and complement the various sponsorships and research scholarships being given by the university, and if we can sponsor 100 or 200 or maybe 500 more students, that will support the university's effort in reaching out. Madam, I had also discussed with you that there is an institute which was created by the Tatas in Baramulla called the CIIT. This was about 200 crore rupees was spent to put in very advanced branches like robotics, artificial intelligence, and all the latest areas in manufacturing, which can be utilized by various students here. So our advisor Bhattagar Saab and Honorable LG felt that it is highly underutilized. And though we have spent 200 crore rupees to create that state-of-the-art facility, one in Kashmir in Baramulla and one in Jammu. So I would offer that any student from the science streams, if they want to have a top-up 3-month course which can improve their employability in the market. Like for instance, we have the advanced branch of electronic vehicles. So if anybody wants to move towards the EV field, electronic vehicles, robotics can be utilized in almost every stream now. Artificial intelligence can be utilized, Internet of Things. So all these latest, some 17 branches are there. So whatever the cost of that training would be, my department, skill development, will be able to bear. We will sponsor the cost of the entire course. It is about 10 to 15,000 per candidate. We can definitely take about 100, 200 students from the University of Kashmir. That will help them in making themselves more job ready. They also have very advanced technologies available with them. Like for instance, they can actually print a device if somebody wants to do advanced research. So there is a very advanced machine tool room. We are having almost machinery worth around 70 crore rupees is lying there and which is not being utilized, and that can be available to the university. So we can send children in tranches, and whatever expenditure of the basic course will be there, I'll be happy to bear it. I had also mentioned to the Registrar Saab that in addition to this, if there are any other apprenticeship type of programs where you would like, after completion of the degree, the student wants to do some apprenticeship with a private sector company and any cost comes into it, to give it more industry bias and more job and more immediately they can be absorbed by the industry. That kind of course can be built up, and we can have some select students, both men and women students, which can be sponsored to industry, and the cost of that can also be borne by the government. So that after the degree, the student does not look around and he does not have any future. On the contrary, he should be job ready. So if, like say, student wants to go and have an exposure in a particular firm, let's say somebody who is in biotechnology wants to go to Dr. Reddy's and wants to spend say 3 months and learn the industry skills, we can support that kind of initiative. So I think these are some of the ideas I wanted to mention, and it's an honor to come to the University of Kashmir and participate in the event. And I'm sure Madam was mentioning that a convocation is coming by. So with a female icon like the Vice Chancellor here and India's President, who again is a lady, it will be a great event to look forward to. Thank you.
If we see the history of Indian science, immediately after independence, we realized the importance of promoting science and technology in the country. I think that realization was very important. That realization has laid the foundation stone for the growth of science and technology in the country. If you just see the milestones of 50s, establishment of first Indian Institute of Technology at Kharagpur, which was a detention center. And it was followed by establishment of other IITs, Madras, Bombay, Delhi, and then many others followed. Then our progress in space research, initially it was with the support of some foreign countries. You just see the progress in our space research. The recent launch of Chandrayaan, that's before us. You just see with what pace we have progressed. I'll be failing in my professional duties if I don't make mention of the growth in agricultural sciences. Green Revolution, wherein India was the prominent or the major contributor. Role of M.S. Swaminathan in evolving high-yielding varieties. There are so many examples which we can quote as the progress. which speak of our robustness or our strength in science and technology. But that's not enough. We have to critically analyze all this whole progress. हमसे चूक कहाँ कहाँ हो गई है. That needs to be viewed very seriously. I'll again quote the growth in agricultural sciences, the progress in agricultural sciences, how much increase has taken place in the production of food grains. But along with that, once the high yielding varieties, wheat varieties or dwarf wheat varieties were evolved, their cultivation has resulted in some negative features of soil health. Excessive use of fertilizers, excessive use of chemicals. यहाँ ये what I mean by चूक कहाँ कहाँ हमसे हो गई है. Probably we have not kept sustainability into focus or under our consideration. All of us know the most acceptable definition of sustainability. It's our ability to meet our own demands without making any compromise on the ability of future generations to meet their own demands. So future generations are witnessing what you are doing in the labs, what you are doing in the fields, what you are doing through your surveys. Future generations are witnessing you. Please be careful about their future. So while doing science, these things are very essential. Secondly, young investigators undoubtedly are the major resource for promotion of science and technology in the country. The way we have been doing science, or overall the education scenario in the country, is undergoing a major change. Both these, whether we say education or science and technology. There was a period, or there was a notion, there was a feeling all over the world that I'll do that. I'll do science the way I wish. I'll do that, whatever quenches my academic and intellectual thirst. I'll do that. Whether that has any relevance to the problems that are existing on the ground or not, मैं वो करूँगा जिससे मेरी आलिमाना और दानिशवराना जो प्यास है, जिससे वो प्यास बुझेगी. I will do that. Probably Watson and Crick को शायद, he too was not in, maybe he was in know of this thing, he had this feeling, but those who witnessed Watson and Crick, they said that this research in which he is involved, it's not going to just pay us that much. But nowadays we see the research output, which was not relevant those days, is highly relevant. That is the foundation stone of modern molecular biology. So there was a feeling that I'll do whatever I wish, but that era is gone. A balance needs to be maintained between the applied sciences and the basic sciences. Even in our local academic circles, researchers, this heated debate goes on, even nowadays. Basic science versus applied science. So a balance needs to be maintained. I think young investigators have to bear this thing in mind, that unless and until our research output, our academic output doesn't bring any sort of, say, what you call vibrance in the economy of that region where we are doing science, where we are doing research, I think we are not conscious of the requirements of that region. Then again, there was a mention of brain gain. We have gained certain brains. We have attracted some talent. In organizations, two things are very important. One is talent attraction. But once you attract the talent, how to retain that talent, that's also very essential. So these things need to be, say, underlined. These things need to be, we have to understand and attach due importance to these aspects, which will help us in promotion of science and technology in the country. That is how to attract the talent, how to retain that talent. With these brief words, I wish this 3-day event a great success and thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to be with you. Thank you very much.
When we go to the young investigators meet in our University of Kashmir, it reminds me that that our country is now almost becoming, it is now taking over China very in future, and it has become the most populous country in the world. And the age group which falls in the young age is probably, if we talk about our own country, it falls that 50% of the population in our country is below the age of 25. And if we see that almost 65% population is up to the age of 35. So the country has a huge human resource base at present, and to harness the potential of this young population, we definitely need to work on it, and we need to build our human resource. Most probably you have, or even among this, most of us have an opportunity to visit outside the country, and you see that the people from our country, particularly the talented youth, after completing the education in country or completing the education outside the country, they settle in foreign countries. And we definitely lose the most talented youth in that phenomena. Honorable Prime Minister of India has launched a concept about the brain gain rather than the brain drain. And throughout India at present, the country policymakers and planners are working on it, how to go ahead with the brain gain phenomena. And probably these are the forces, or these are the workshops, or these are the concepts under which we try to retain and also to call our people back to the country and contribute to the development of the world, development of the country. And you see that if you see the different funding agencies in the government, they have launched different programs like Young Scientists Award, Young Investigators Meet, and so on and so forth. Probably only because to catch the population at the young age. Because we all know that the curiosity, the inquisitiveness at this age is phenomenal, and which can be used for the development of the country. And so the country, probably this is also the stage where the young investigators have been given a chance to express their talent, to express their ideas, and to express themselves before the seniors in the workshop. I have found that particularly in administration, if you see in research, we see the Young Investigators, Young Scientists Award, and so on and so forth. And now in different ministries in the country, new concept has emerged. We call them the young professionals, YPs. Is a new concept which has been introduced at the administrative level in the country. And in different ministries, I was working also in one of the ministries in Government of India, and we had hired the service of YPs, young professionals. Under this scheme and under this concept, talented, educated youth of the country is being called to perform themselves in the different ministries, different organizations, and different agencies, so that the young talent, they are paid handsomely. Almost above 80,000 is the salary of every young professional in any ministry, and probably they contribute much to the system for the development of the system. In University of Kashmir, under the leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Nilofer Khan, we also try to encourage the youth, try to encourage the research scholars, and try to encourage the talent of our students. I'm repeating this word that because first time in the University of Kashmir under the leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, We have started our extracurricular activities, and this year was the first year when under her directions we have deputed our young girl hockey and cricket team to participate in the AIU, or the Indian Association of Universities, at national level. So was the true of the male teams in the University of Kashmir, which was deputed to the different parts of the country to take part in different extracurricular activities of the nation. We are trying to help the scholars. We have introduced a fellowship at our own level, though it is a limited fellowship of 10,000 rupees, which is being given to the research scholars, non-JRF scholars at University of Kashmir. At present, we are giving it to the limited number of scholars, but Honorable Vice Chancellor has already taken up this issue with the government. We have taken it with the finance department so that maximum students are covered under the non-net or non-JRF fellowship at University of Kashmir. And I would request Saurabh Bhagat ji also, who is an important pillar in the UT administration at J&K level. I would request also him to help us in enhancing the number of fellowships, and also help the university in enhancing the amount of fellowship.
Regional Young Investigators meetings were initiated by Indian Bioscience Bangalore to foster local network of scientists and science professionals with the aim to promote regional collaboration and change. The Regional Young Investigators meeting YIM began in 2018. The first 4 meetings held in Hyderabad, Kolkata, Jodhpur and Delhi were highly successful programs catering to local needs and challenges with plenary lectures, special talks and interactive panel discussions on a range of scientific topics such as resource sharing, mentorship, science education, industry partnerships, etc. With the aim to continue the impact of the RYIMs across India, Indian Bioscience invited applications from regional young investigator teams for the Regional Young Investigator Meeting Grants, RYIM Grants 2022-23-24. The team comprised of young investigator meeting alumni as lead organizer, along with 2 to 4 co-organizers from across research institutes, organizations, or universities in the region. I am happy to announce that out of the awardees for 2023-24, the North Zone was chosen. From the North Zone, our university was chosen, and Mr. Bilal Ahmad Mir, Department of Botany, North Campus, was chosen as the lead organizer. The co-organizers for the same event are Ejaz Hussain Ganai, Department of Botany, North Campus, Nazima Rasool, Dr. Nazima Rasool, Department of Botany, North Campus, Nisar Wani, Central University of Kashmir, Uwais Muhammad Bhatt, Central University of Kashmir, Javed Ahmad Pare, Cluster University of Kashmir. The theme of the meeting to be held in Srinagar is Igniting Curiosity and Training Young Minds of J&K for a Sustainable Future, and a workshop on Craft Your Career. I want a big applause for the team. The other centers where RYIMs will be held, it is being held in different zones of India, and from the different other zones, the other centers are Pilani, it is Pune, Hyderabad, Bhubaneswar, Calcutta and Lucknow. For the RYIM at Srinagar, more than 120 students, researchers from various universities and colleges from across India have registered. The young investigators will be engaged for 3 days by a number of learned scientists from across the country who will be delivering their lectures based on the contemporary scientific issues and challenges faced by the science. I welcome all the guests from across the country to this part of the globe. I am sure that they will be very happy in interacting with the young and energetic youth from the valley. I thank you all for being with us for this 3 days workshop. Thank you.
With great pleasure and excitement and a deep sense of gratitude, I stand before you today to welcome you all to this Regional Young Investigators Meeting 2023 at University of Kashmir, Srinagar, on the theme Igniting Curiosity and Training Young Minds of Jammu and Kashmir for Sustainable Future. Along with the gathering of brilliant minds, I see this event more a celebration of our collective pursuit of knowledge in the field of science. As we all know that our world is consistently evolving, shaped by the groundbreaking and innovative research carried out across laboratories, universities, and institutions around the globe. Research in science is at the forefront of addressing most of the critical challenges facing our planet, from healthcare to feeding growing global population to the mitigation of impact of climate change. As we gather today, we recognize the profound importance of nurturing and supporting young minds in their pursuit of knowledge and solutions in the realm of life sciences. Regional Young Investigators meetings are organized by India Bioscience across the country, and we are fortunate that University of Kashmir has been selected to host this event in Srinagar this year in collaboration with Central University of Kashmir and HKM GDC Eidgah that belongs to Central Cluster University of Kashmir. This Regional Young Investigators meeting being held here at University of Kashmir is a platform that has been designed to foster networking, collaboration, and transformative change among young scientists and science professionals of the country in general and Jammu and Kashmir in particular. With a focus on promoting regional collaborations and inclusive leadership, this event aspires to create a supportive and collaborative environment for young investigators, resource personnel, other participants, organizers. We have taken utmost care to ensure representation across gender, region, and ethnicities in the participants, speakers, panelists, and resource personnel to ensure inclusiveness and diversity. In the coming 3 days, we expect a meaningful engagement in stimulating discussions, witness some insightful lectures, and look forward to some novel research presentations. We expect a multitude of topics from molecular biology to ecology, genetics to bioinformatics, and biochemistry to healthcare, and so on and so forth. We hope that this event will ignite innovations, bring up startups, foster collaborations, expand our horizons, and inspire fresh perspectives.